Hello and welcome back to another on the wrestling and to my predictions for AEW Forbidden Door out of 10. And yeah, it's one of those classic Forbidden Door shows, isn't it? Lots of very intriguing matches on there. I'd say it's more AEW focused this year, but you know, there is still some intriguing crossover matches that we'll get into. But yeah, starting things off with an AEW match, Jon Moxley versus Bandido, and yeah, this is an interesting one. I feel like obviously Moxley, he's had the title belt for a long time now, so personally I think he's going to continue. I don't really know if we beat Bandido up to the level, but obviously we know Bandido will get a great match out of it. So yeah, for me, I don't really think there's much doubt Moxley will reign. I think, you know, he's had a great title reign. Bandido is obviously concentrating on the Ring of Honor belt, but yeah, I'm going to say it will be Jon Moxley who retains here. So yeah, moving on to the next match, and we've got the AEW Women's Championship, Thekla against Starlight Kid. And yeah, to be honest, I'm not going to pretend that I know loads about Starlight Kid, because I don't, but yeah, from what I've seen of her, some of the matches, she is a very, very good in-ring performer, but at the same time, is she really going to give Thekla any trouble for the women's world title? Personally, I don't think so. I think, you know, Thekla, you know, she's had the belt for a little while now, and I think everyone's been really impressed by what she's done so far. Obviously, she's probably got a big match with Mercedes Moné coming up later, so I'm going to say it'll be Thekla who gets the win here. Moving on into Cage and Cope versus the Dogs for the World Tag Team Championships, and yeah, this should be a really fun match. I'm a big fan of the Dogs. Obviously, Cage and Cope have obviously just won the title not that long ago at the last pay-per-view against FTR, and yeah, I don't think they're going to drop it that soon. I think the Dogs, yeah, I mean, it's probably very unlikely that they'll win, but we do know that they're going to give Cage and Cope a good match. But yeah, I just can't see Cage and Cope dropping the titles yet, having, you know, the amount of time we were waiting for them to come back and regain the titles. I think it could be a lengthy reign. On the buy-in, we got the Survival of the Fittest TBS Championship qualifying match with Sky Blue taking on Micah. And yeah, this is interesting. I think Sky Blue probably should get the win here. Obviously, she's the champion. She's going to build up momentum. I don't really know too much about Micah, but it feels like, yeah, I can't really see her sticking around in AEW too much. But obviously, she does have a profile in Japan. So yeah, I think Sky Blue could get another confidence-building boosting victory. And I think she will avoid any potential threat to a title. Moving on then to the Owen Hart Tournament Women's Final, Mercedes Moné versus Maya World. And yeah, I think obviously Maya World has been on a bit of a fairy tale run to get this far, but at the same time, I think Mercedes Moné, yeah, she kind of has to come away from the victory with this one. I think obviously the winner's getting a big title shot at Wembley, and yeah, it feels like obviously Maya's probably not quite ready for that yet. So yeah, it does feel like this will be a big win for Mercedes Moné, setting up for a big match in London. Moving on then to Sky Team versus the Young Bucks versus the Unbound Co. And yeah, I'm not massively familiar with the Unbound Co. And our Sky Team, to be fair, but yeah, it feels like the Young Bucks, they could do a big win here after a few disappointing defeats recently, just to build them back up. I mean, we obviously know how great they would be, but yeah, you wouldn't think it would be too long before they're back in the tag team scene. Obviously, for the other two teams, sharing a ring on a big show with such a legendary tag team, I think they'll still get a bit of a rub out of it. So yeah, I'm going to say it will be the Young Bucks who come away with a victory here. Moving on into the Divine Dominion versus Thunder Rosa and Olympia, and yeah, personally, I can't really see, especially on the buy-in. I think if it was on the main card, there'd probably be more likely to be a title change. But on the buy-in, I don't really see a title change, to be honest. I think Divine Dominion have done a pretty decent job with the belt so far, and yeah, I don't really want it to change yet. I think Thunder Rosa and Olympia haven't really been built up together as a team on AEW TV enough to take the title as well. And I think, yeah, Divine Dominion have been pretty solid with the belt so far. So yeah, I'm going to say that will be the result. Moving on into the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, Shota Umino against Pac. And yeah, with these New Japan matches on these cards, it always feels like the New Japan champion always seems to retain their title, and I can't really see that being any different. Pac, yeah, hasn't really been around in New Japan much to really have much of a claim for the title, and yeah, I don't really see that changing here. I mean, obviously Umino, big star in Japan, sorry, not NXT, and yeah, it'll be a fun match. Obviously, Pac's such a brilliant wrestler, so yeah, I'm going to say it will be Shota who comes away with the victory. Moving on into the Steel Cage match, and this should be a really fun match, MJF and the Don Callis family versus the conglomeration of Darby Allin and Takeshita, and yeah, it feels like this is a match that really could go either way. Obviously, star-studded on both sides of the ring, but yeah, I'm kind of looking at the action here, and I think MJF probably will go straight into feuding with the winner of the Owen Cup after, so I don't really feel like there's another match with the likes of Takeshita, Allen and conglomeration, so I feel like MJF will kind of get a decisive win here. He can be the big champ, heel champ, leading into that feud with presumably Ospreay. So yeah, I'm going to say the MJF who gets the win, and also big wins for the likes of Okada, Fletcher and Andrade. Next up, we got Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. And obviously, I cannot wait for this match. Two of the best wrestlers in the world going at it. And it's just going to be brilliant, isn't it? And it's an intriguing one because obviously Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the top stars in New Japan, but obviously Kenny Omega, they're very strong as well in AEW, and obviously he seems to be challenging MJF more and more recently, so we could be getting that match down the line. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting, but I feel that Kenny may well get the victory here. Moving on into Swerve versus Will Ospreay in the final of the Owen Hart tournament, and it has to be Will Ospreay, doesn't it? Obviously it's all building towards Wembley, London, Ospreay's home country, and him winning the AEW title, completing that, and it just feels like it's going to happen, doesn't it? I'm going to say it will be Will Ospreay who gets the win here. Obviously with Swerve Strickland it's going to be a brilliant match, but I really can't see any other option than an Ospreay victory in this one. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.